forest are masters of disguise. Camouflage is their primary defense against predators. So sometimes we'll come within an inch or two of one before we see it. Now if you look up there, you can see the saddle-billed stork, that large white and black bird. Gets its name from the saddle shape on its bill. It's the tallest stork in Africa. It's about 5 feet tall and has a wingspan of 8 to 9 feet across. Alright, on the left-hand side, this is a watering hole. I know this because it is filled with water. This is where some of the rare species will gather. I'm hoping to catch a glimpse of a black rhino today. There are a few yellow-billed storks here on the left-hand side. Aha! And there are the black rhinos right there. I'll pull up here and stop for a moment so you guys can take a few pictures. These are very powerful animals. They can run at about 35 miles per hour. They have an inch-thick skin. They weigh about 3,000 pounds. Unfortunately, there are only 4,200 of them left in the world. They've been poached for their horns. So we're trying to bring their numbers up. The animals of the forest love it here because of the lush vegetation, which provides them with plenty of food, also with protection. Coming up around this way. Now as we go through the reserve, I want you all to make sure that you're watching very closely for animals, because sometimes you may see some that I don't. They don't have eyes in the back of my head. Alright. So we're making our way down this way into the Safi River. I'm hoping to see a hippopotamus or two. When a hippo is born, it's already about 85 pounds. A fully grown male hippo will get to be about 5,000 pounds. Because of all that weight, hippos don't really swim. They sink like rocks and walk along the bottom of this river. But a hippo can hold its breath for about 8 minutes underwater. Alright, I see quite a few hippos over there to the left. When I come up here, we might have a better view. Oh yeah, look at that. Hippos are nocturnal feeders, which means they feed at night. In one night, a hippo can eat 150 pounds of vegetation. During the day, they mostly lay in the water, regulate their body temperature, and protect their skin from the sun. Those large white and gray birds are pink-backed pelicans. They live in colonies, nest in trees, and they work together to herd fish into shallow waters. Alright, as we're approaching this old rickety bridge, I want to make sure once again that everybody is seated. We are surrounded by Nile crocodiles. Now you see that one over there that's holding his mouth open? He's allowing excess heat to escape his jaws. Alright, so everybody remain seated, please. Crocodile is much larger and far more aggressive than the American alligator. They can get to be about 20 feet long, and their jaws have enough strength to crush the bones of their prey. They always look hungry to me, so let's get out of here.
Simba 1, come in.
This is Simba 1. What have you got, Wilson? Over.
Just wanted to let you know that my ground control has seen a lot of elephant activity in the red clay pit. You definitely want to check out that area.
Roger that, Wilson. We'll head over there in a little bit. Right now, we're exiting the forest and entering a completely different ecosystem. Speaking of different, I want you all to look at this upside-down looking tree on the right-hand side. It's a baobab tree. The baobab can survive for long periods of drought by storing water in its trunk and going leafless for 9 months out of the year. We're crossing down into the savannah. This right here is my favorite view on the entire reserve. It's a shame I only get to see it every 2 weeks. On the right-hand side, if you look over these rocks, you'll see a few white-bearded wildebeests. Largest migrating animal in Africa. 1.5 million of them cross Africa every year. Within the first 5 minutes of their birth, they are up and running, just like I was. Right. They have to be up and running that fast or else they will be picked off by predators. On the right hand side, if you see this termite mound, it's not a rock. It may look like one, but it's not. Elephants like to use them as scratching posts because they get as hard as cement. Also, little animals will climb up on top and use them as lookout posts, which comes in handy, especially since sometimes those animals are shorter than the grass. These termite mounds over to the left retain more of their natural cone shape, haven't been worn down by the elephants quite as much. The savanna landscape is shaped by the animals that live here. Elephants are bulldozers, knocking down trees, moving things around. The giraffes are the pruning shears, trimming things up, especially the treetops, and allow sunlight to penetrate through the canopy. You have the antelope and cattle